Okay, so describe how toxic masculinity has affected your life as an individual.
So I was raised in a family that put a lot of emphasis on like traditional family values where the man is the head of the house and the men should be strong and emotionally reserved, and while the woman was typically like kind of the sphere revolved around the domestic side of things, like at home.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, both my parents both worked jobs, and um yeah, I wouldn't say my family was like emotionally cut off, like where I couldn't talk to them about stuff, but yeah, it was definitely more like I had expectations to live up to and stuff like that. But in terms of toxic masculinity, um I don't think I've been subject to toxic masculinity. But yeah, I think that I don't know, at times I feel like I have to like, be the man in the situation, literally.
And do you kind of think that affects the way that you're able to share emotions with other people, not just your family, but like maybe in class, like in school or with your friends?
Yeah, I would say it does, because I don't want to be perceived as like, weak. Like sharing stuff about like how I feel and stuff often kind of breaks that facade I build up.
Hmm. Um, so describe how toxic masculinity has also affected, I mean, you've kind of discussed your family, but also I want you to describe how it has affected your friends, or not just close friends, but also just like in general, the people around you.
Yeah, I would say like it's kind of, it goes the same way. Like I don't really talk about like the way if I'm going through something difficult or something like that. Like I try not to like talk about it per se. But yeah, I mean it's kind of like with my guy friends, it's kind of like the topic we don't go near. Um, but yeah, I like as for like anything like toxic, I don't think we go that far, I would say.
Hmm. So like, how do you think toxic masculinity kind of affects like the gender roles within our society, especially between men and women? Like on a traditional date, men are expected to be the ones that pay, the ones that
Yeah.
ask, the ones that kind of take charge when we are in a situation that involves someone that identifies as a woman. So do you think that like what is your opinion surrounding this topic?
I think that like yeah, traditionally it's been like that. It's kind of like yeah, society from the beginning has been like that. But I would say there are aspects of it that are unfair. Like I don't think it is fair that we should have like um men doing everything, and that it should be wrong that if a woman does something, it's wrong. I think that people should be independent. People should be able to make their own choices,
Hmm.
regardless of their gender, because that's something we cannot choose.
Yeah. So like one last thing, how do you think what is one practical thing that you think could help us combat the problem of toxic masculinity?
I think patience mainly is one big thing that I think that we should emphasize, because in a society where everything's so quick and like so confrontational, I think it would be really helpful if we could kind of culturally shift to being more patient with one another and more forgiving of one's actions. Um, because I think that toxic masculinity would be like um, it would from if someone's being toxic, it would um like you could it would facilitate more kindness and more patience, I would say. Yeah.
Hmm. So when you say like patience and like being kind, um, do you think that that problem might kind of, like as a guy as well, I kind of think that it also stems from men because I think men are a little bit more hesitant about showing feelings of like kindness
Yeah.
and being patient because we're known as
Yeah.
being very fast paced. We're very combative with each other. So do you think that the solution to toxic masculinity needs to start within the community of men?
Yes, most definitely. Yeah. So I think
Hmm.
if we can teach men to practice more patience, practice more forgiveness, practice more kindness, I think we could have a much more fruitful society, literally.
Mhm. All right, so that's all the questions I have for you. And yeah.
Thank you.